Hi, welcome back. It's Morag Gamble from Our Permaculture Life and the Permaculture Education Institute. Now, every day for the period of July, I'm talking about something that we can do to reduce plastic in our lives because it's Plastic-Free July. Now, I've been out in my garden exploring a few different things that I do, and I also do want to acknowledge too that considering we're in the midst of a pandemic, and in some places, some of the shops they don't accept bring your own containers and everything's more packaged up. I understand that it's more challenging at this time, and a lot of the things that we had been doing are undone. But there's still many things that we can do to keep up our good practices and to think differently about how we can have less plastic in our lives. And often what it means is cooking more from scratch and doing things more simply and choosing simpler foods. So what are some of the things that seem to creep into your kitchen, plastic containers of all different sorts? Something that is a really popular food in our household is dip. And dip with the the pumpkin chips that I talked about the other day, or with the homemade crackers that we make, or little sticks of vegetables and things like that. Dip is fantastic, or even on the locally made sourdough organic bread, absolutely amazing. So I wanted to show you a very simple dip that we make at home, and it's hummus. I mean, this is many of you probably already know how to make this, but I love making hummus because I think it's one of the easiest things you can do, and it's a base for creating a whole variety of different types of dips that can incorporate things from the garden. But the one I'm going to show you today is just kind of like the basic recipe. So first of all, you need chickpeas. Chickpeas are the basis of a good hummus. Now, I soak these overnight and then I cook them for about 20 to 30 minutes until they're soft. And this is the leftover from having made a whole lot of other things, from chickpea tofu, chickpea burgers, all different sorts of things for our house. Now, I really love these jars too. I got these jars in about 25 years ago in a second-hand store. They're the Fowler's Vicola, the old preserving jars, and they're so thick and so sturdy. And really, I've never ever broken one of these, and I've broken dozens of other jars. And the thing I like about it too is that they seal so well, and you can also get new tops, new lids and clips and rings, which means that you can keep renewing them. Often, the jars that we collect from various places, which is a great use for those jars, they do break, or the lids kind of go rusty and aren't so nice to use anymore. Anyway, so see if you can find some of those in a second-hand store somewhere. So grab whatever you have. It might be a blender or a food processor or something like one of these sort of bullet food processors. So we'll just stick those in, maybe all of them. Maybe I'll save some for salad sprinkling later on. And then a little bit of water. And as you can tell, I'm not a particularly follow the exact recipe kind of girl. I always just go with the flow and go by the taste and the texture. So we've got water, we've got chickpeas, tahini. Now you can put tahini in if you've got it. You can leave it out if you don't like it. I really like it, and I think it helps to also add a bit of a creamier texture into the hummus as well. And then a little sprinkle of salt, a clove of garlic. So I always just take the bottom off like that and then just squash it down, and that opens it up. There we are. I forgot something. A lime or a lemon. There we go. From the tree this morning. I'm just going to squeeze that in. There we are. Maybe the other one too. I'll save that one in case I need to add extra more liquid. And a little bit of oil. I just use olive oil, organic olive oil. And that helps to kind of make it smoother as well. You can leave that out if you don't want the oil. Now, really, it's just the garlic, the citrus, and the chickpeas are the absolute basis. The other things I've added are extra. And put the lid on, and excuse me while I make a bit of a noise. Looks pretty good. All Oh, that looks like a nice, smooth, creamy texture. Now, if you like it a bit chunkier, that's, just add less moisture. If you like it thinner than this, like this is actually pretty good. Let me taste. Oh, wow. That is so nice. That beautiful lime flavour in there. Fantastic. All right, so that's going to be part of our dinner tonight. So it's as simple as that. So I'll put the recipe in a blog and I'll make a link to that as well. So down below, I'm going to be adding in information on about where you can find more articles and recipes. My permaculture blog is called Our Permaculture Life. I also have a permaculture YouTube channel, which there's well over 150 films there that you might like to check out as well. And I also have an online permaculture course, an introduction one called The Incredible Edible Garden, but also a course that includes the Permaculture Design Certificate course and a Teacher Certificate course called the Permaculture Educators Program. And I've made a 4-part permaculture series, a free one that you might like to have a look at too. So all those links are below. And come back tomorrow and I'm going to be back in my kitchen again. And we'll talk about another way that you can make something from scratch, as simple as a hummus.